The newly married prince threw his wife into a dark cave. She hit the ground hard, and when she finally recovered from the impact, the truth hit her even harder. She had been brought here as a sacrifice for the kingdom. When she saw more necklaces scattered around the cave, she realized she wasn't the first one who had fallen into this trap. She tried to escape and followed a narrow path through the cave, but it led her straight to an ancient dragon. To her shock, the dragon spoke and revealed its intention to kill her because she was the sacrifice sent by the king. Elodie barely escaped the dragon, but one of her legs was badly burned in that. Deeper inside the cave, she found a wall covered in markings, a map drawn by the victims who came before her, showing a possible way out. Elodie pushed forward, determined to free herself from this deadly trap. She followed the map through the dark. She reached a spot where a beam of sunlight poured in from above. Realizing it might be the only way out, she began climbing the rough stone wall. The climb was brutally difficult. After an exhausting struggle, she finally reached the top, only to be met with crushing disappointment. She wasn't outside. She was standing in the middle of a giant mountain shaft, still trapped deep inside, impossibly high above the ground. Suddenly, she froze. A faint echo drifted up from the darkness below. Someone was calling her name. Following the faint echo, Elodie carefully made her way downward into the darkness. Then, a horrifying sight stopped her. 3 lifeless baby dragons lay on the ground. Elodie's heart sank as she pieced it together. Long ago, the king had killed these baby dragons, and in his fury, their mother had burned the entire royal army to ashes. Forced to surrender, the king begged the dragon for mercy. In return, the dragon demanded a terrible price, a princess from every generation of the royal family, to be offered as a royal sacrifice. But Elodie wasn't even from the royal family, so why was the dragon after her? She learned that it was a cruel trick by the Orion family. They had kidnapped princesses from other kingdoms, using them in rituals to fool the dragon into believing each victim was a royal princess. And now, she was caught in their deadly deception. Her father, Lord Bayford, had also arrived, desperately searching for her. But the dragon's fury was unstoppable. It tore through his army. Then the dragon turned its wrath on him, torturing Lord Bayford in a cruel attempt to force Elodie out of hiding. Elodie stepped forward, facing the dragon. A brutal battle erupted between them, but when she finally managed to weaken the dragon just enough, she paused and spoke, revealing the truth, everything about the Orion family's deception and the cruel rituals. Understanding dawned in the dragon's eyes. Guilt washed over its immense form, and begging Elodie to end its life and bring closure to the pain it had caused. Yet, instead of striking, Elodie showed mercy. She gathered some healing worms and tended to the dragon's injuries. After that, Elodie and the dragon struck the kingdom. The dragon's fire swept through the palace, destroying it and everyone inside. With nothing left behind them, Elodie and the dragon set out on the long journey back to her home.